It's still October 1st. Just thinking of where I was last year this time. I mean, I was in the ringer. I was in it at that. I was already in it. And just all the stuff that was happening, and I'm curious. I might go back and just kind of start watching some of those old videos just to see where I was. See if anything resonates or I pick up something different. It's funny. It's just, yeah, I've just been on memory lane. And even just thinking about the confusion that I had with who I thought was, the whole TF thing. And thinking about that individual and thinking about, I met up with this individual. I don't remember when. But just, it was when I had lost an incredible amount of weight because of everything that was going on. And I remember he was worried. And he wanted me to tell him what was going on because he wasn't understanding. But I didn't even know what was going on. But I remember he's in front of me and this other person from my past and he's wanting me to speak to him, wanting me to be honest, wanting me to be transparent about what I've been going through. And for the life of me, I remember I was stuck. I couldn't speak. I couldn't. I remember that moment. I just remembered it. And how I struggled to. And I remember there was another time where I had to write down, I had to write down what I wanted to say to him. Because I wasn't used to, I was still working on my communication then. Because even with my ex, it took me a while. It took me almost 14 years just to overcome that. To really kind of be authentic, to be honest about how I was feeling. Because it wasn't that long before where I was still writing and then having to either just give him the letter because I didn't know how to communicate that to him verbally. I had to give him a letter. And then towards the end, I was just more I was kind of at the I don't give a F anymore. I don't care. I'm just gonna say however it comes out. And I think that was more of the anger that was coming out. But with this other person, I remember he sat in front of me and he's just like, what's going on? And he wanted to know. And I couldn't. And then I tried to show him. He's just like, no, I want to hear it from you. And I'm like, I can't. I couldn't. And that's when I thought I was blocked. And I was being blocked purposefully, right? Because I wasn't supposed to express how I felt to that person. Because that person wasn't supposed to continue to be a part of my life. But I remember that moment where he was just waiting for me to speak my truth, really. And I couldn't. For whatever reason, it couldn't come out. So anyways, that came up. from me. And yeah, so I was just thinking about that. And then, so funny, something completely else, some completely different. Back to the relating that whole repeated cycles, how sometimes that happens when I post a video and then something unfolds in my real time. So the video that I posted this morning, or that posted this morning, I'm talking about dreams, and I'm talking about the kids, and you know how Chicha, one of the twins, she was telling me about my dreams. So I get a call from my nephew. He's older, one of my nephews, one of my many nephews, and just to check in, like he just wanted to talk. He's so excited he got a phone. So I was excited that he called me. and so we talked for a while, and he's like, how are you? And how are things? And so then I just start opening up, right? And telling him a little bit about what I'm going through. In terms of my dreams, because that's been the common theme lately. And so I tell him, I'm like, you know, I have dreams that come true. Somewhat come true, right? He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Or they tell me something that I need to learn. And he's just like, that's cool, Thea. And I was just like, yeah. And so then he's like, oh, so then he's like, well, how do you know they come true? So I start telling him, I'm tracking my dreams. He's like, so do you write them down? I was just like, sometimes I do. And I'm like, but I'm actually recording myself. He's like audio recording? I'm like, no, I'm actually video recording. He's like, oh, okay. Because he doesn't know that I have this yet, the YouTube channel. And then he says, maybe I should do it. And I was like, yeah, you totally should. I'm like, why, do you dream? He's just like, yeah, sometimes I have like the same dream over and over again. And so I'm like, well, tell me what it is. Maybe I can help you understand it. So he starts telling me, and I'm looking stuff up for him. And then I'm like, how does that sound for you? He's like, whoa. He's like, that's cool. Like, you know, and so again, just, it's helping raise his level of awareness. And then I suggested to him, I'm like, I totally recommend that you start tracking your dreams. And I said, and when you're in your dream, pay attention to how you're feeling, because sometimes it's all symbolic. So pay attention to the details, but pay attention to the feeling of it as well. He's like, okay. So I thought that was really cool, you know? Yeah, I thought that was really cool. So if you're a youngster, anybody really, like, pay attention to your dreams. It's your soul talking to you. Like, how else are they going to be able to communicate with you? You know, something that you have to be aware of, something that you to learn from. Because for him, that's what it was. It was the same thing. Like, he had to learn something from it. Speaking about, you know, where he was at, and you know, how he views the world. So he was really excited about that. Yeah. So I just wanted to record on that because I thought that was really cool. This continued theme, right? Unexpected. I didn't expect him to call me. And then we, without even realizing it, that's what we started talking about. And so yeah. I think that's pretty cool. So I haven't, today's the last day that video posted. I haven't worked on setting up the other video, so I'll do that today and tomorrow. And then I'm gonna look back a year ago and kind of see where I was at. See if there's any messages there for me, you know, like a year later. See if there's anything that stands out, or some patterns or themes. I don't know. But yeah, work continues to increase. I'm getting more clients, a lot more clients, and it's nice to kind of start getting this more of a continued flow. And now I was telling Gary, I'm like, I'm needing to work on making sure I stay balanced, because that's important to me. And as I get more clients, I need to make sure I stay on top of my shit. Stay on top of my documentation, and taking breaks as I need them, and taking walks. And today I didn't go out, but I danced. That was good. Felt good dancing. And yeah, so that's all. Just wanted to share about that. All right, bye. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at, inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience, and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else